Hi everyone, it's Heather here at Creative Faith Art Studio, and today I want to talk about some happy accidents. So, I spent most of my day working, and I had a grand plan when I came home from work that I was going to make myself a traveler's notebook for my Christmas journal, a December daily, because I've never done that before, so I thought I would try to do that. And then I was going to make a few of these actual covers and then do a series of inserts. And things didn't go exactly how I planned. So I had more work to do than I thought I would, and so I spent more time working than doing fun things like this. And then I'm really kind of not a very good seamstress, and I may even say that I kind of suck at it. But so like I had everything laid out last night of what I was going to do with my cover, and I had things pinned together but not pinned together well enough, so my lace is askew and my stitches didn't go in line. And then when I restitched them, I was actually okay with it being a little off, because I thought, well, I'll stitch over it again and then it'll be kind of a cute little, you know, there'd be a few different outlines. Well, of course, the white thread, it's variegated, and so the white shows on the side, and so you can't see the fun stitching that I was hoping for. Here too, when I stitched this lace on, it caught up at the top and not at the bottom, so I put this patch on, and I stitched on a button, and I stitched on 2 more buttons, and it caught here, and so I stitched on a button and some bells and stitched a little bow on. And honestly, I'm happy with the way it turned out. First try is always a good one. You learn a lot. I made it from a vintage table runner, actually, that I found on eBay that was fairly inexpensive, and it's like 40 inches long, so I thought, well, I could make like 3 of them at least and have a little leftover. But I loved the pattern in the fabric, and then I love the pattern in the print on the underside of it, so I'm very happy with it. I really am. My first try at putting a traveler's notebook together with elastic, and so that was good. It turned out, I think it turned out well, and I'm excited to get my inserts in. So I worked on that after I finished this. So on to the inserts. So if you have been to my website, I have just released my Christmas journal insert, and my idea is that if someone had a traveler's notebook in A5 size, then they could use my inserts in their traveler's notebook. Now, I printed the Christmas. If you're a subscriber, there's a Christmas full paper pack, and then so I printed that, and then I also printed the freebie of the Christmas vintage postcards, and then I printed the freebie of the dot grid pattern. So I'd have a nice, big, hefty stack of papers to use in my inserts. I printed 1 full set, double-sided, of the big paper, and then I printed 2 of each of these 3 things. Okay, so there I had 2 of each of these, and then I printed 4 on a page of each of the big pages as well. So I had a nice stack of papers, thinking I could make journaling cards and whatnot. And so what happened was I have a Xerox printer, and it prints in wax. So you can't really journal on any of the pages. You can after a while. Once it cures, you can write on it without any problem. But initially, you can't write on anything. So I thought, well, maybe if I tea stain it, and I had that dot grid pattern, which is a white, would be white, 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 white. And I wanted it to have that nice, kind of patina on it. So I thought, well, if I tea stain everything, then everything will be, nice and whatever. So, but what happened, I was really disappointed when I opened the oven and saw what happened. So my pages, now these are the little ones. So these are the ones I printed 4 on a page, just one-sided. And you can see they were one-sided. So this is the side that should have printed and did. And then when I tea stained it and put it in the oven to dry, it melted the wax ink, and so it bled through on the other side. So once you feel the paper, it actually feels really cool. So this is what I'm talking about with happy accidents. I have a whole stack of these patterned pages that are all crinkly and soft and kind of waxy. Really cool. So here's like the side that was printed, and then here's what happened in the oven. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? So I'm like so excited. And it gets better. So let me show you. I also, when I tea stained everything, I threw in some doilies. So now I have all these doilies are all tea stained. Here are the postcards. So this, they melted through to the other side. But won't that be neat though when I sew them together, which is my intention anyway. So you have a front and a back. It'll be all crinkly and really nice and stained. And again, it's the coolest feeling paper. Can you hear that? Oh, I just love it. I'm so excited. Yeah, and these are just the freebie downloads. So, and if you go to the website, it's amazing, like the difference in them. I was really disappointed that there was so much green, like everything, the red really faded and everything's like blue-green. But I think I'm in love, really. Like it's a lot of fun. And then I also did some of these big doilies. I got some nice oval ones. But then this is when it really gets fun. So here is the dot grid pattern pages once they were tea stained. And then, with the wax melting onto them, they, because they're all stacked in the oven. That's fun, right? So there's those. And then this is these are the big pages. And I just love, look at how that turned out. Even with a little damage in the corner. It's like, I couldn't be more perfect. Look at that. It melted through to the other side. And this is actually 2 prints. So there's one on this side that goes this way with these holly leaves. And then there's another one that goes this way with these holly leaves. This is actually printed front and back, 2 different prints. But look at how that turned out. And again, I love it. And then here is, these are the bells. And, you know, there's 2 different pages. But I love it. You know, the front and the back were 2 different prints, or 2 different images. And look how they combine together. It just couldn't be more perfect. Again, this is another one. And then these, look at these. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's 2 different sheet music. So you can see, you can read it this way. But then this one is backwards. And then you flip it over. And this one's backwards. You know, it's just, I'm so happy. I love this. On some grid paper. Add a little bit of the sheet music bleed onto it. It just makes me so happy. Here's some more. And then this, oh, there's another one. And then this one too. 2 different prints on either side, but look how it darkened the green just slightly in those spots. It's just beautiful. And then this one I totally love. This was a postcard and I added some holly in the side. This was one of my own, you know, just to make it a little different. And this was a old book cover scan that, and then I put them on the same, so I printed them front and back. And when actually this was my template, my trial. I crunched it up into a ball and then I flattened it out and then rubbed it with the tea. And then when I baked it to dry, this is what it did. And it is so, listen. Isn't that amazing? And it just really has a cool feeling. And then this is the doily I scanned. Crocheted. It's really beautiful. And printed it out. And I printed this one side and then tea stained it and put that in the oven, and look at what it did. So this is the original, like the original printed side, but look how it bled through in the back. It's kind of like this teal blue. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, anyhow, I'll make my December journal, my first Christmas journal, in the next couple days, and I will get that video loaded. But I guess my point in showing you this is that you really should take your mistakes, whatever they may be, and make the best out of them. Like, just look at them and think of, you know, another way to do it, or, you know, I don't know. It's a good way to think about stuff. And especially when you're doing something creative, because things don't always go the way you want it to, and it can be so discouraging. And I just want you to be to take those things and think of them as, you know, it's too bad all my berries are red, but look at how cool that paper is. Yes. So, anyway, I hope you have a fantastic night, and I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.